Betty, it's time to do another reading. Come and help me choose the cards. No. Okay then. Hello to you, my cosmic dragon friends. We are back with another reading, and if you see the tattered ear in front of you, the little cauliflower cat ear, you'll see that Bedford is here with us today as well. He's decided to join us, so we are very honoured. Let's see how long he decides to stay for. So today we are doing a love reading. So this could be somebody that you're already seeing, already in a relationship with, or that you have your eye on, or it could be somebody in the future that you haven't actually met yet. So this is a little bit for everyone, I think. And we are looking at this person's thoughts, feelings and intentions towards you. So Bedford's intention seems to be to go to sleep on my lap, so I shall carefully move him round. There we go. He may pop his head up again, we'll see. But in the meantime, we have 3 piles to choose from, and each pile has a little trinket box today as well, which I bought especially to do readings with. So our first pile, pile 1, you have the Wise Cat Tarot and this cute little trinket box, which has, it's kind of like a cat on the front. Its ears are a bit weird, but it looks like a cat to me, so that's what I'm going to call it. Maybe it's supposed to be a dog, I don't know. See what you see in there. Pile number 2, we have the Unfolding Path Tarot, and we have this bone china, very delicate pot. Now, something I should tell you is each trinket pot already has things in it which will be part of your reading, so tune in and see what's appealing to you. It's already got things in which I'll be revealing in your reading. So pile 3, we have the Lightseer's Tarot, and we have this trinket box, which is again, this is bone china with pansies. Lovely flowers they are. So we've got their very delicate sort of vintage type flowers on this one. That needs a clean. And then this one, which is, I think it's like wood, varnished wood or something. Not really sure where this one's from. I think it's from China or the Middle Southeast Asia, somewhere like that. So I got them all secondhand, so I'm not entirely sure the origins or what collection they're part of or anything like that. But they are very lovely, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So take a moment, take a breath, see which pile you're drawn to. You might be drawn to more than one. Timestamps will be in the description below, and I'll see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your love reading today. So we are looking at your person's thoughts, feelings and intentions towards you. So this could be somebody that you're interested in, someone you're already involved with, or it could be somebody in your future that you haven't actually met yet. So we're going to pop our tarot cards to one side for a moment, and we're going to start out with one of these Lovers Oracle cards just to get, let's get the vibe. Oh, that one wants to come out. Let's get the vibe for this reading for you. So balance. Your reading is going to be all about balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. Interesting. Now let's take a look at your trinket box. So I love this one. It's like lacquered on the inside. This is hand painted, I think. Very, very cute. I'm not sure where it's from. It says made in India. Well, there we go. Now we know. Let's take a look at what's in your trinket box. Okay. So your crystal is dumortierite, which is a very powerful cleansing crystal for the third eye. I can actually feel my third eye activating as I hold it. This is one that I use for cleansing. Oh, Bedford's off. Bye, Bedford. Just close the door after him. Yes, so the third eye chakra is being invoked for this reading here. So that's very interesting. Okay, so there could be a psychic connection between you and this person. You could even have a telepathic connection. That's always fun. I had a bit of a telepathic connection with my ex-husband, which was hilarious because we both knew 30 seconds before the other person was going to pull up on the drive, and we could literally, you could, you know, set your watch to us. It was so funny. We were both very intuitive, so that was an interesting one. yes, you could both be very spiritual, very intuitive people. That may actually be how you know each other, or how you will know each other, through some sort of spiritual or religious connection there. Perhaps through a spiritualist church or something like that, or a spiritual fair, psychic fair. Do you go to those? Anyway, this is a wonderful crystal, and these actually come in pairs, and this one's pair is this one. These two are actually a couple. They belong together, these two. They're both dumortierite pieces. Very high vibrational quality pieces that I actually got from Jenny Powell. I talk about Jenny a lot. That's the lady who runs Crystal Balance. Absolutely amazing company. I get my sprays from her, among other things, and my crystals. Actually got my lovely skull from her as well, this big pink crystal skull over here. Very high vibrational. Oh, I haven't got my lights on. Let's put those on. There we go. So, yes, there's certainly a fated sense here, because my dumortierite is actually a bonded pair of crystals. Although I didn't have both in the box, it's almost like one waiting for the other one to show up. So it feels like quite a powerful soulmate connection, a powerful spiritual connection between the two of you here, which is very nice, very beautiful, very powerful and very spiritual as well. So yeah, it doesn't always make for the easiest of connections, unfortunately. The spiritual ones can be very challenging. They can be very difficult. But they can also be very, very valuable relationships as well. So let's take a look at our trinkets. So we have this lovely little shell and a mermaid. So there's a connection to the sea here, perhaps, for some of you, because we've got this ship's wheel as well. Oh, another ship's wheel. Very, very strong nautical coastal theme coming through here. Maybe one of you lives on the coast, maybe you want to. With the sign of Sagittarius. There we go. The letter B. All right. We have this cute little star. We have this symbol, which is a magical sigil. I think that one's actually from Harry Potter. But it is very close to an actual magical sigil, if you happen to know that one, which I do. We have a dinosaur. Was that Diplodocus, Brontosaurus? I don't know. Who knows if any of them ever existed. But there's a big old dinosaur there. So some ancient reptilian energy. And this sweet little butterfly there as well. So very, very interesting. So I'm getting an energy of transformation. Something to do with the coast, with bodies of water. Maybe one of you, like, with this suggests a connection to, again, the spiritual world, to higher magics, to the esoteric. I feel one of you might be a public figure of some kind. You might be on the world stage in some way. You might be a YouTuber. You know, you might just be known locally or in your field. The dinosaur is interesting. I mean, that could relate literally to a place where a lot of dinosaur remains and fossils and that sort of thing are actually found. Got a strong connection to coastline, to boats. I mean, they could be river boats as well. It doesn't have to be the sea, does it? Although the mermaid would suggest that it might be, but who's to say? It's going to be different for everyone because this is a group reading. I really love this shell, but it also looks like a purse to me. It looks like a little shell purse, although it's only one-sided. But this gorgeous pink lacquer on there, so very gentle energy coming through. And this lovely butterfly of transformation, which connects... to me, it suggests that the relationship is or will be very transformative for both of you, will both help you to evolve and grow over time, I feel. So let's put some of these bits and bobs out of the way so we can still look at them and connect them to our cards as they come out as well here. It's funny because I normally do things like trinkets at the end, but I was drawn to do them at the beginning for a change, so we're doing it the other way around. So maybe there's something about this reading, something about your relationship that is a bit original and a bit different, and you're doing things in a different order to how perhaps you might have done them in the past, or how people believe they should be done, perhaps. Right. Am I holding my cards upside down? Yes, I am holding my cards upside down. Well, that explains a lot. Again, that topsy-turvy energy is coming out very much so. And the balance card as well reminds us that for everything to be in balance, sometimes something does have to be upside down. And that's okay. Let's get more cards. Alrighty. 8 of Swords and Judgment. 3 of Wands. Move that over there with our Pasheen. Pasheen can hold that one for us. Ace of Cups. 4 of Wands. Oops. Hierophant, and I'm going to get one more, which is the Seven of Cups. Okay. And you will notice that the cats on these cards are all cyclopses. I don't know why, but they are. To me, it also speaks of seeing things from the third eye, seeing things from higher self, from your higher vision, rather than just from your 3D vision, not just seeing things, you know, as a human, shall we say. Let's pop that round. There we go, so you can see the cards a bit better. Okay, where are we going here then? Okay. Interesting combination of energies here. Makes me feel like for some people this is a third party situation, and what I mean by that is that one of you might already be with somebody else, or this person might be married when you meet them, or you might be married when you meet them. You know, there's like a kind of a third energy coming out. Excuse me. Yeah. Because there is this sense with the Eight of Swords of this person holding themselves back from you. And the Four of Wands, of course, can represent marriage and home and stability. So I want to say this person could be holding themselves back from having that with you. And that could be because they already have it with somebody else. And at Judgment, we might need to get a divorce first. You know, we can't do the wrong thing. We should not, you know, maybe it started as an affair, or maybe you've been avoiding having an affair with this person despite wanting something to happen. Maybe you're both trying to hold off and do things the right way, and, you know, yeah, it's a tricky situation because I have the Hierophant as well here, which is the High Priest, and the High Priest is all about tradition and doing things in the archaic, traditional, patriarchal way. So this person feels a little bit old-fashioned. I'd say they are the kind of person who will marry you, basically. If they get involved with you, they're not doing it for fun. They probably do want to marry you, or they have that on their mind. This is somebody who's very serious, very old-fashioned. And I think for that reason, they probably don't get involved with very many people because they don't see the point unless it's going to be going somewhere serious. They don't want that. They don't want to get hurt for the sake of it. They don't want to invest lots of time and money, which is quite a kind of a masculine, logical standpoint to take. It doesn't necessarily have to be a man, but it is a masculine energy coming through, being very logical. Only wanting to invest their time and effort if it's going to be worthwhile, if they can actually follow through, if they can actually plan for the future and have something come through that they actually want for this situation. So they're very choosy. They choose very carefully. Looking at the Seven of Cups and the Three of Wands, they choose very carefully because they plan for the future. This is not somebody who does things on a whim, all right? And if they do something on a whim, they're not serious about it. Okay, they don't really mean it if they're doing it on a whim. Doesn't feel like someone who would date casually. Feels like someone who does things with great intention. Very intentional person. And when they want someone, they will go after them. They will chase them. Ace of Cups. Yeah. So I'm seeing a new beginning. So it could be a new beginning for you with this person. Maybe it's something quite recent. Like I said, you know, maybe it's something that hasn't actually come to pass yet. But whether you're with this person or not, there is this new beginning looming here. So it could be a new phase of the relationship, you know, taking things to the next level, or it may be the beginning of the relationship proper. You may have just been friends up until this point, waiting for this person to make a move, because it looks like they're not very quick at doing that. They take their time. They're very careful, very cautious, very measured. I'm getting a kind of a strong Taurus, Virgo energy coming out here. They don't just do things for fun. Or with this, although with the Sagittarius energy here, I feel they do like to travel. They don't want to be tied down unless it's something that's going to be worth their while. They're not that sort of person. They're not casual people in any aspect of their life. If they do something, and this goes for work as well, they're going to do it properly. They're going to be incredibly serious about it. You want one more, don't you? Eight of Wands. And then it moves fast. Once they've made their decision, that's when they actually get going. They go from the Eight of Swords and they go through this whole evolution to the Eight of Wands. And then they can feel like they're going a little bit fast, because once they've made their decision and they've started to move forwards, things can feel a little bit quick. And this cat, it's quite funny actually. What it looks like to me, almost looks like one of those cartoons where someone's being electrocuted and you can see their skeleton. You know, the ones. It almost looks like this cat's being electrocuted because everything's going a bit too fast. It's like, ah! So it may be that this person is about to or has just picked up the pace in this relationship. So it may not feel very balanced at the moment. It may feel like it's very much on their terms, like they are the driver of this relationship. They are pushing this one forwards, or they will be. Yeah, once they've made their choice, if they haven't already. So very, very interesting energies coming through here. Wow, fascinating. Who have we got on the bottom? The Hermit. Yeah, you might have been waiting for this person for a long time, or you might still be waiting for them. But when they come in, there's like this beautiful journey they're going to go through, which is very interesting. Oh, another card wants to come out. Sorry, that's just bringing itself out on the top. Page of Coins. Oh, interesting. Page of Pentacles. So this could be somebody that you know through work, through college, something connected to making money. They could be studying at the moment, or you could be studying, or you could be working towards better things in your employment, in your career. Yeah, could be your mentor. It's a very interesting energy coming through here. I'm liking this one a lot. But I don't think they would do anything inappropriate. You know, they're not going to overstep any professional boundary. They're going to act professional and just remain friends until perhaps you're not a member of the school or the university anymore, or you finished your training. You know, they don't want to overstep any boundaries. Like if you work together, they might keep everything outside of work, or they might wait until one of you leaves before they actually take a step towards you, because they're very proper. And they are quite concerned about money as well. There's certainly a sense of doing things properly, wanting to be established and have a proper financial foundation as well. This person is not reckless with money. This person likes to have stability, and they like to take their time to get there as well. Very interesting. Okay, let's bring out some more cards. Shock, sudden change. Shocking news, surprise and epiphany, transformation. Well, we've got our transformation energy. Let's bring our butterfly in. Heartbroken, deeply hurt and sad, feeling lost, grieving and despair, breakup. Abundance, doesn't surprise me that one shows up. Positive mindset, manifest, gratitude and bliss, blessings. Sword and rose, clarity and truth, revelations, honour and protection, determination. Ascending, learning and expansion, transcending, preparing for union, new phase. Yeah, it's kind of what I was saying. It's like they like to prep before they move on to the next relationship. And not enough. Lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego and fear, frustrations. That's interesting, because we started at the Eight of Swords, which is very much this not enough energy, which is very much the fear of holding oneself back, the action of holding oneself back, due to ego. And the ego is the lower part of the mind, the conscious mind, the bit that gets programmed by society, that doesn't necessarily represent our inner feelings. It's the thoughts that we've been trained to have, taught to have by society, whether they're true or not. Most of them are not. Things like, oh, money doesn't grow on trees. Well, no, okay, it doesn't literally. You have to work hard for everything you get. You can't do this, you can't do that. You know, all these silly rules that society imposes on us. Women should wear skirts. Fuck off. All of that nonsense, whatever it is in your particular culture or country. So, this person is lacking in self-confidence. So I think that's partly why they are very, very careful and very cautious. They have been very much hurt before. We got the heartbroken card here, which doesn't surprise me. I also feel like they could need to break somebody's heart to be with you, unfortunately. And that's not something that they particularly relish if they haven't done it already. There's a lot of heartache that happens before your relationship begins, or at the beginning of your relationship. Not necessarily yours. I mean, you might be heartbroken because you've been waiting for them for so long. You might have given up on this person and be thinking, well, they're clearly not going to do anything about it. They're going to stay with that person, although they're really unhappy, and I don't know why I'm wasting my time waiting for them. And then all of a sudden, bang, they're there. And you're like, whoa, I'd given up on you. What are you doing here? Yeah. I feel like if this person isn't with you yet or hasn't committed to you yet, like they really want to, that is their intention. They feel quite determined about it as well, but they are being held back by a lack of confidence, perhaps feeling like they're not good enough for you, perhaps worried that you'll reject them or that you'll reject their plans for the future with you, but they want this new phase that we saw with the Ace of Cups, that we saw demonstrated there. They want this new beginning with you, whether it's a complete new beginning or whether it's just a new phase of an existing relationship. They are getting ready for it. They are prepping their hot air balloon. They're getting everything ready, getting all their gear together, because they want to do this properly. And the Sword and Rose kind of brings up a real kind of princess and knight energy, almost like there could be a past lifetime, an ancient past lifetime where they looked up to you and perhaps you weren't able to be together because you were a different social status, or different ethnicities or different nationalities or something, and something was preventing you from being together back in the day, back in that previous lifetime or more than one lifetime. And there's a lot of heartbreak and pain that comes through, much as the connection's very, very strong to me. I can see how strong this is. And we've got 2 cards with roses on here, which is lovely. But the connection's powerful. The connection is psychic. It is ancient. And it's very beautiful. And even if you haven't met them yet, you might already be sensing them, because that connection is so strong. And if you're in separation, and what I mean by that is maybe you've drifted apart, maybe nothing ever happened, so you moved on with your life and you're not in contact with them anymore. There's still this connection. So I feel like they could be showing up in your thoughts, just randomly popping in, and could be really annoying, actually. They could be showing up in your dreams, and vice versa. I think you're showing up in theirs. Especially if you're not together, if you're separated or you're not together or you never actually got together and you just left the situation or the social group that you knew them through or the job that you knew them through or whatever the situation was, you walked away and went, no, I'm not waiting, this is ridiculous. I'm not being messed around, I'm walking away. The connection is still there. The psychic connection is so freaking strong on this one. It's like, whew, really, really strong. You know what? Let's bring in some astrology dice. Let's get some more zodiac signs here to get a bit more confirmation, but also some ideas of the signs influencing this connection, because I'm getting some quite strong earth. We've already got Sagittarius. Let's bring these on then as well. What do we have? We have Taurus. Yes, that was the first one I picked up on. We also have Aries. Wow. We have Virgo, so another earth sign there. Those were the ones I said, wasn't it? And of course we have Capricorn. So we've got all 3 earth signs have just come out there, just to really prove my point. Thanks, guys. Your check's in the post. And Aries, surprisingly as well. So we've got 2 fire signs and 3 earth signs. So that's very interesting. So your chart or their chart could be quite heavily influenced by fire. And the earth signs do sit next to the fire signs in the zodiac. So that's not entirely astonishing, So many people with, like your sun sign in an earth sign, or in a fire sign, you may have your personality planets, so the faster planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, in a fire sign if you're an earth sign, or an earth sign if you're a fire sign. So very, very strongly connected there. This reading is absolutely fascinating to me, pile 1, by the way. I really like it. But I do see you coming into balance between the 2 of you. With the balance card here, that is the purpose of this lifetime, is for you to achieve some sort of balance. And it doesn't mean one person compromising just for the sake of, for the sake of agreement or for the sake of keeping the peace. Because I think that's what this person's been doing for a long time. Maybe you've been doing that for a long time as well, or you did do that in past relationships. You were staying quiet for the quiet life. I feel like this person may well be doing that in their current relationship if they're still in one, waiting to be with you, or they have done in the past, like, oh yeah, I just went along with whatever my spouse wanted, just to keep them quiet because it wasn't worth it. Which is really sad. That comes through with such a sad energy of not believing that that you're worthy of more, that you are worth having nice things, that you're worth having the life that you want, and think that you just have to agree with whatever the other person wants, or you have to be alone all the time. Well, it's not worth it. And I think that could be a lesson that you and this other person have either learned or are learning in this lifetime, is that if you can't be your full self, it's not worth it. Okay, and that doesn't mean that you necessarily get your own way the whole time. It just means that you don't shrink yourself to make someone else feel more comfortable. Okay, sometimes it is really, really important that we say no to people, you know, or that we express our opinions and we don't pretend to be okay when we're actually not okay. All right, no more of that, please. Don't pretend to be okay just for the sake of going along to get along. It's okay to be you, and it's okay to express how you feel and what your opinions are. Shine brightly, part 1. I think that's a lesson for both of you, potentially there. There is a good potential here for you to work together as well, though. You could potentially run a business together if you don't already. You could work together if you don't already. I feel like you could be quite successful together, which is very nice as well. Let's get some thoughts and feelings from this person. See what they have to say from their higher self. See the kind of things they would say to you if they could, if they were brave enough, if they were able to. I mean, you may be having no contact with this person. You may not even met them yet. So let's have a look. Let's pop our butterfly over here so I don't knock it off the table or something. That'll be about right for me. Okay. No one understands me but you. Wow. I don't know where to start. Yes, that could be a real problem here, a rocky start. I don't know who I am anymore. Well, that's not surprising if you've been going along to get along the whole time. I can't stop thinking about you. Yeah, there is kind of almost like this obsession that comes through here from this person. Like they really have you on a pedestal. Wow, nobody understands me like you do. But I don't know where to start with this because I've been with this other person for so long, or I was with these other people and I kind of lost who I was and I just went along with what they liked and I don't even know who I am or what I want anymore or, you know, what I like anymore. And they know they want a serious relationship, but I think it's going to take them time to work out what that's going to look like. Okay. They know they want more with you. Oh, goodness me. I want out. Yes. If they're with somebody else, they really desperately want out of that situation. It's destroying them. But at the same time, the low self-esteem coming through, please do what's best for your heart. They're like, don't wait for me. Don't wait for me. Just do what's best for you because I'm struggling. This person's really struggling. If you're not together and they're with somebody else, they are really struggling. Okay. Or you could be together and they could be struggling with an addiction or, you know, so some other things going on with them. So definitely a tricky one. Okay, let's get some more messages from your person. Remember, this is a group reading, so take the messages how they apply to you or how they make sense to you. Not every single message is going to be for every single person because we're pulling on lots of different threads of energy here. Okay. Please wait for me. Oh. So they do kind of secretly want you to wait for them. It's like, wait, I'm catching up. But do what's best for you. I don't want to hold you back. Oh, it's so sweet. I miss you so much. So if you're not together, they really miss you. It's really sad. Or they miss you when you're apart. I think we are perfect together. I don't really disagree. You might be. I'm feeling sorry for myself. Yes, we noticed. You are what I've been looking for. Yes, I think you really are. I think your energy was a little bit turbulent to them. They weren't expecting it when they met you or when they will meet you. Yeah, it might be a bit all a bit overwhelming and I want to kiss you. So yeah, the physical passion very much there, very much present. Right, we're just going to get a few mermaid cards. I'm going to draw them off camera because some of these are not YouTube friendly and we might need some sensor shells. Okay, so let's take a look. Waiting. Yeah, so there is very much this sense of waiting and I feel for a lot of you, you're not with this person yet. Either you're waiting for them to be free, waiting for them to make a decision, waiting for them to get their ass together, you know. But also memories. So you may already know this person in some capacity. Maybe it didn't work out. Maybe you broke up or maybe nothing ever happened because they weren't ready to step away from whatever they were involved in, even if they desperately wanted to. And I think if that was the case, they very much regret that now. So there is very much this sense of waiting and memories, this very Sorry, my phone was ringing then. I'm filming on my phone, so I just had to reject a call. My apologies. So, I mean, that could be a sign that they want to ring you, that they want to telephone you, or that they're about to. So, yeah, there is this very wistful energy here, thinking about you, especially if you're apart or if you're not together. Memories of the past, perhaps, if you are already together. Maybe they regret some of the things they didn't do. I want to say they said or didn't say. Because they did say, please wait for me. Please wait for me. And there's you waiting on your rock, looking fabulous, of course. Yeah. Very gentle, very wistful energy coming through here. So it's a very interesting connection, this one, pile 1. Has a lot of potential, but there is a message of being asked to wait, but also being asked not to compromise, to do what's right for you regardless. So take that as it resonates for you, as it makes sense. I'm going to clear the desk, and then we are going to do some letter tiles just to get some more confirmation that this is your reading, to get some names, maybe place names. Let's pop these back in my mermaid deck to start with. Maybe words that connect you. They could be your name, their name, a name of a mutual contact, you know, initials of somewhere you work, anything like that. Lots of different options. If you like these little cards, you can actually order a 6-card reading using these little cards that I wrote from my website, angelwingsholistics.com, if you want a messages from your person reading, which is just a little one that I do on my website, which you can find there. So I don't talk about that one very much, and I should talk about it more because it's a really useful little reading. It's a very quick one, so basically I'll pull the cards and I'll send them to you by email, so you can get a response quite quickly from me if I'm free. Right, which I always try to be free for you guys. My diary is open at the moment, so let's keep balance there. Right, letter tiles, here we go. Oh, that's a big handful. A lot wanted to come out. We got a lot of threads of energy here. I feel like a lot of people are going to watch this video. So W, E, I, don't say wiener, E. I nearly said we. It's like very childish energy, very childish sense of humour coming through here, like toilet humour. So that could be a connection to somebody. D, A, another E. That's a lot of E's. There could be a lot of E's or vowels in their name. U. E again. E. H. Another E. Seriously, are we going to have any consonants? N. Another N. So we've got lots of double letters here. So E's and N's. I. Another I. Another I. They could definitely have Enzo. They could definitely have double letters in their name or in their initials. A, R, S. Finally, some consonants. Y and T. Oh, it's actually not that many tiles. It looked like a lot, but it wasn't. Again, maybe that's a message. Maybe it seems like a lot, but it's actually not. Maybe it seems difficult and it's actually not. S. They could be artsy. O. They could be from Southampton. P. I'm getting the fruit soursop now. I've never had it, but that's a thing, isn't it? C. And another freaking E. Is that all the E's from my bag? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 E's. Interesting. Maybe they have 6 E's in their name. I have 5. It's just about me. Okay, what words are we getting here? Forsyth. That's her surname, isn't it? Probably not Bruce. I don't know. There could be a connection to Bruce Forsyth for some of you. Maybe like grew up watching the Generation Game or Strictly. I hate Strictly so much. Right. I need to stop talking because I'll lose viewers. I hate Strictly. Right. Weird. Maybe one of you is a bit weird. Maybe one of you works with magics. Natalie, Spencer, Tyrone. DEET. That's that insect repellent, isn't it? Maybe you live in an area where you use DEET. Like Australia or something, to keep mosquitoes off you. Weed. Maybe one of you is a gardener, maybe a professional landscaper or gardener or something. One of you works for the police, maybe. Just have a sip of my chocolate milk here, which I've been nursing throughout the reading. I've got sitting born in Kent for some reason coming through. That's very specific. I feel like one of you could be a runner, or maybe both of you. Have the name White there as well. Rose, Rosa. Neat. Neat. I know someone called Neat, short for Anita. Or Neat could be a name, I'm not sure. Could be in another language. We do get lots of names coming through in different languages here, so. Okay. The number 10. Tennyson. So what you can do as well, just take a quick screenshot if you're on your phone or on your device and have a look at the letters and spend some time gazing at them to see what jumps out at you, if there's anything that you recognise there or that makes sense for you. So you might be able to see your name, their name, your initials, their initials, the name of someone that connects you, a place that connects you, the name of a company, the initials of a company that connects you. You know, it could be the name of a road. We actually have the word road there. I think we have street as well, only we've only got one T. Maybe there's a connection to town planning. One of you works for the council or local authority of some kind. Winning. Winning seems important. I said about running earlier, didn't I? Maybe one of you competes in some sort of sport. Okay. So my pile ones, I'm going to leave it there for today. I hope that was helpful. I hope that was fun and interesting for you, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please do remember to leave me some feedback in the comments and let me know what you liked, what you saw, what the connections were for you. Remember, you can also watch pile 1 and or pile 2 as well if you feel drawn to one of those piles. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and you can also hype this video as well, which I would really appreciate. You can only use the hype button on a mobile device. If you could hit that for me if you enjoyed this video, that would really help me because it puts me on a leaderboard and makes more people find my videos. So thank you so much in advance. Remember, my diary is open. If you want to place a booking for a reading with me, you can do so at angelwingsholistics.com. My website is linked in the description below. Don't listen to anyone in the comments trying to tell you that you have to WhatsApp them, because that won't be me. That would be a scammer. Always go straight to my website from Google if you need to. It's also a reminder that I am an independent consultant for Neal's Yard, so gorgeous organic aromatherapy products, and you can find the link to my consultant shop in the description below, along with all of my books and other stuff, other merch. So it's been a pleasure, as always, Pile 1. Thank you so much for joining me. Till I see you again, please take very, very good care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Hello, my Pile 2s, and welcome to your reading. You've chosen the pile with the Unfolding Path Tarot and the Bone China heart-shaped trinket box with these gorgeous little vintage flowers on top. So we're going to put our tarot cards to one side for a moment. We're going to have a look at what's in the box. What's in the box? Okay. Sorry. If you know the movie, you know the movie. Right. Before starting this reading, I actually had this real sense of feeling really heartbroken and sad and kind of let down in love, and just really sad energy. It just kind of washed over me like a wave. So I actually picked up this little roll-on that I have. So this is some rose quartz infused oil. It does actually have like essential oils like rose in there, although you can't smell them very strongly. I don't think there's necessarily very much in there. There's a blend of essential oils in there with, I can smell ylang ylang actually, infused with this rose crystals here. And I just had to put some on because I just felt so low for a moment there, and I thought, wow, yeah, energy of pile 2 coming in. That's a very sad energy. So some of you may be feeling very sad, very low, very brokenhearted at the moment, or that could be your person's energy, but there's this real sense of this heavy energy. It was just a lot. Yeah, it was just a big wave of this really heavy painful, sad energy. Like, have I wasted my time? You know, disappointment was coming through quite strongly as well for this pile as well. So that could be you now, could have been you in the past. But anyway, let's open our trinket box and see what we have. We have this lovely big piece of citrine. No, that's not citrine. It's orange calcite. I always call it citrine. It's orange calcite, actually. I do know my own crystals sometimes. Right. Okay, so our lovely orange calcite. This is a lovely piece. It's kind of yellowy orange. I always think it looks like a piece of orange ice lolly. Don't try and eat it. You'll break your teeth. Right, what trinkets do we have? We have a camera. Maybe they're a photographer. Maybe you are. We have a mermaid. That's interesting. We had a mermaid in pile 1 as well, so that could be a connection. We have a winged horse. We have a frog. We have the sign of Aquarius. And now I want to sing the song. It's the coming of the age of Aquarius. I will not sing. Don't worry. I don't want to get a YouTube strike or break anyone's screen. We have this lucky coin. Lucky sort of Chinese style coin. We have a little pink cat. A little pink something else, which might be a butterfly. I'm not entirely sure. It's hard to say, really. Looks like a cartoon picture of a butterfly if it is. Quite unusual. We have hearts intertwined. Ooh. And we have this sweet little oak tree as well, which is interesting because I went for a walk near where I live recently. I live in the New Forest, so no surprise there were trees around where I went for a walk. And there were oak trees everywhere. It was, yeah, lots and lots of oaks, lots of acorns on the ground. And at this time of year, they do something called the pannage, where they let pigs out to roam the forest and to eat up all the acorns so that the ponies don't eat them and make themselves sick or something. Basically, it's a clean-up operation. So they send the pigs out and the pigs have a lovely time rooting through the undergrowth and the leaves, and it's absolutely adorable if you happen to see them. And there are warning signs everywhere saying pigs in the road, you know, because the New Forest, if you've ever been here, the New Forest area is surrounded by cattle grids in different sections so that the animals can roam. So you do have to drive very carefully and the speed's limited. But it's a really lovely experience. It's lovely to drive through. Lovely to visit. Do come and see me. Yeah, Aquarius. Interesting. There is this sense of, with the hearts intertwined here, it feels like a strong heart connection with you and this person. I want to say a past life connection as well. Somebody, this could be one where you've been together and you've split up again, or you never quite made it, never quite managed to get together. That's what I want to say. Almost like it was so close, but just missed. Or maybe you are together and it's just not quite right, not quite going quite right at the moment, but there's this such a strong attachment here. Whether you're together or apart, the pull is so strong for you to be together. Wow. Whew. Yeah, the sadness coming through again here. So this could be somebody who's might even be someone who's passed over in the soul connection, so it's still so incredibly strong. Or maybe it just wasn't possible. Just wasn't possible. Wow. I feel maybe you come from different worlds as well. Maybe you're different people, because we have the frog here who's an amphibian who can obviously live in the water or on the land. Maybe you are quite different creatures, with the mermaid as well. And the mystical winged horse here, like the Pegasus type horse. Maybe you really do come from different worlds, and maybe one of you wasn't quite sure how to reconcile that. You know, maybe they're very religious and you're very witchy. You know, that's challenging. Yeah, I mean, with the gorgeous oak tree here, to me, that's quite kind of pagan. And we have this sweet little cat here. Very pretty. A lot of these are very pretty. I think this person takes pictures of you or has taken photos of you. And I think they have those photos and they look at them, whether you're aware of that or not. Or they could literally stalk you on, you know, on Instagram or on social media or something. Aquarius could certainly be a connection here as well. One of you may have that quite strongly in one of your charts. In your astrology, it could be one of your big three. So your sun sign, your moon sign, or your ascendant. This is tricky because this has this sense of the one that got away. Maybe you're the one that got away and they just never managed to man up or woman up enough to step forwards and be with you. But there's a real sadness in this group that I just wasn't getting in pile 1. A real sadness of missing out. Despite this great love, it's almost like you should be living this amazing love story right now. It's sad. And it does come from a lack of self-worth as well with the calcite here. Because it resonates, because it's kind of a yellowy orange, it kind of resonates with a couple of chakras. So we've got the solar plexus and the sacral chakra coming into play here as well. So this is very much about how you or your person see themselves in the world and how they want to be perceived and who they think they are and what they think their possibilities are. And ooh, it's a tricky energy for sure. This is not the easiest combination. This could actually be a very challenging situation. So if you're not together, that might be why. It might just have been a bit too much, a bit too difficult to reconcile in the real world. Okay. All right then, my pile 2s. Let's start pulling some tarot cards, see what else we can pick up here. So remember, we're pulling on a lot of threads of energy here for lots of different people. So only take the bits and pieces that actually make sense from each reading for you. Not every message is for every person, remember. This is a group reading. So... Ooh, I feel quite low now. I feel a little bit kind of low and sad. The 6 of Pentacles. 5 of Cups, yeah. 6 of Wands. 8 of Swords. Interesting. We had the 8 of Swords in pile 1 as well. There are definitely some similarities. Some of you in pile 2 are definitely going to be drawn to pile 1 as well. I think there are messages there for some of you for sure. So if that resonates, do go over there and have a watch as well. So Queen of Swords. Yeah, you've been through it. Yeah. No one pulls the wool over your eyes anymore. High Priestess. Ooh. Persephone energy coming through with that pomegranate. Goodness me, you really are the queen. You really are the queen. I feel like, pile 2, like you've done a lot of shadow work. You've done the shadow work. You've been Persephone dragged down to the underworld by Hades, and you've come back as the queen of the underworld. Forever changed, but so much stronger and in many ways so much more healed, integrated. So you may have been consciously doing shadow work or healing in therapy from trauma, from hurt, from past relationships, from your childhood, you know, from other experiences that have been very difficult and very painful. And wow. Yeah, this relationship could be one of them, or this potential relationship if you've never been together, this person. It feels like there is, or there was, such a potential here for you to actually be a really, really good pairing, a really strong pair, but like the disappointment of the 5 of Cups is just palpable. It's almost like they messed it up. They messed it up. It was right there in their hands and they messed it up. Stupid idiot. Not you. But part of you, I think part of you knows you can still get there with the 6 of Wands, but you know, maybe not quite sure how. And I feel like if you're not in contact, it will be because you're the one that pulled away. Or if they broke away, you kind of stamped on it and went, right, fine, if you're pulling away from me, then I'm going to burn this shit to the ground, you know. Like, oh, so you're going to pull away from me? Well, I'm going to block you and you're never going to find me ever again. You know, that kind of energy there. Which I don't blame you for, you know, that seems perfectly reasonable. Feels like you drew some serious boundaries. You may or may not have been the first person to pull away, but you set that hard, energetic boundary with this person. And maybe in the physical world, maybe you, you know, stepped away from the social groups or the job or wherever it was you knew this person from. Or you're avoiding them. You know, you may probably got them blocked on social media. More so that they can't see you than anything else. It's like, no, you will not see me. You will not find me. You will not mess with me. unless you are serious. It's almost like going to the story of Fawn Rose, that's Snow White, isn't it? Story of Snow White. I don't mean the Disney version, but it's almost like there are all these thorns that have grown, this thorn hedgerows that have grown up around your castle. But unlike in the story where they were put there by a dark spell, you planted them on purpose to keep this person away. Maybe that is something, you know, that you do. Maybe you do put up walls to people, you know, because you don't want to get hurt. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a thing that a lot of people do. But it's something that we do when we've been terribly hurt. It's not something that we do lightly, or, you know, when we're still fresh and green and nothing terrible has ever happened to us. Being that kind of fearful and cautious doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from somewhere. So it could be that this person's really hurt you in the past, or someone has. This could be a mother wound, father wound, you know. I want to bring in a Lover's Oracle card to get a bit more of the theme for this reading as well. Oops, there it is. Sexual union. Oh, interesting. That's not the direction I was expecting to go in. Maybe this person was a one-night stand. Yeah. Or maybe you felt used by them. I won't show you the other side of the card because it's not YouTube friendly. Honour the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. Interesting. You could be somebody who practices Tantra, or maybe they do. Maybe you felt used by this person in one way, shape or form. Doesn't have to be, you know, sexual. Doesn't have to be physical. Maybe you feel led on by them. But there is, regardless, whatever they've done or haven't done, there is still this connection, and it could really be pissing you off right now. Like, why can't I get over this person? Why can't I get them out of my head? Why won't they just piss off out of my reality? Why do I have to keep dealing with this? And we're going to look at why that is. And I think with the High Priestess, it feels very strongly like there is a psychic connection here, like your hearts are still intertwined on some level. And they don't have to stay that way if you don't want that. You know, if you really don't want that and you want them gone, you can do some sort of tie cutting ceremony. You can do some energy work here to clear them out of your energy, some spell work. I actually have a tie cutting guided meditation that you can listen to on my other channel, angelwingsholistics.com, which I will link for you here. Because this may simply be something you don't want to move forwards with anymore. You may be done. You may be absolutely done with this person. Obviously the situation is going to be different for everyone. But with the Six of Wands, there is still a possibility here. I'm not going to say it'll be easy or that it would happen quickly, but it is still there. The connection is still there. You are still a very good match for this person. Whether they deserve you or not is quite another matter, but you are still energetically extremely well suited, extremely well matched. But they may have done too much, or you may have decided, no, I don't want that. I want them to back off. They've hurt me too much. I'm humiliated. I don't want to have to deal with this. Even if part of you does actually want them back, you may be going through this whole kind of push me, pull you, back and forth energy right now. Unsure where to go with it. Yeah. I feel they've brought up some deep past wounding for you, pile 2. Whatever they did or didn't do, it brought up some past wounding. Not necessarily their fault either. I mean, you know, this is different for everyone if this part resonates for you. Maybe they reminded you of someone who hurt you. Maybe they reminded you of a parent, you know. It's been a lot, and it feels like this person's in your life for a reason, because they're there to help you heal that and do that shadow work. And by heal that, I mean to sort of poke the wound to remind you it's there and you have to do something about it, which isn't fair or pleasant. I'm not getting credit for doing that, but on a soul level, that could be their purpose in your life. I actually want to bring in some tea leaves here. Let's get some tea leaves. Just to get some more information about this person and their intentions. What's going on here? Star, guaranteed success. Pin, new job, career. Dragon, beware of self-delusion. Dog, close up, pleasure with a close friend. Yeah, I mean, maybe it was just kind of a relationship of convenience. January, so month of January showing up as a time scale. Then we have unicorn. So literally, maybe you are a unicorn, like I was saying with like the Pegasus type horse. Use your intuition to make beneficial change. Interesting that that falls onto the High Priestess, which is all about our intuition and our higher knowledge and knowing. And fair man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, grey or white hair. So that could be a connection for some of you there. So there could be a connection through work here. This person might have got cocky and thought that you were kind of like a sure thing and that they didn't have to try with you. That could be a part of it as well. But the dragon of self-delusion, yeah, be careful because your mind may not be very clear about what's actually the truth here. I do want to say that. You may think that this person's not interested in the slightest and they could be very interested. Or alternatively, maybe you're imagining things that aren't completely reality, because we don't genuinely know. You know, we don't know what's going on in somebody's head. Okay, so be very careful about your assumptions about what you believe someone else is thinking about you, because you could be wrong. You could be very, very wrong. So I do want to say there may be a need to give this person the benefit of the doubt. That's what I want to say. Yeah, I mean, the dragon of self-delusion sat on the Eight of Swords tells me that, you may be very black and white about this because it's on the Six of Wands and the Eight of Swords. It's like your view of this relationship, potential relationship, this person could be very black and white. You may not be seeing the truth for what it is, and it's usually somewhere in the middle in the grey. You could be being way too extreme in your thoughts about this particular thing. You could be going to extremes. You could be thinking it's all bad or all good, and it's neither. January, so you may hear from this person in January. Maybe you'll see them. But it does feel like there could be a possible, a potential positive change coming in here with the Star as well, which is about success, which is surprising to see. But the Star came out sat on the Six of Wands as well, which is victory after a long battle. So this could still be a successful potential relationship for you, or relationship, but it wouldn't necessarily be easy. I feel like this person will take you to dark places, or has taken you to dark places, but they bring a lot of change into your life, and that's not always a bad thing. They bring a lot of energetic and spiritual change. Obviously, it's going to be different for everyone. If it's horrible for you, then I'm really sorry, and I don't mean to be insensitive to anyone, of course, because I know how hard it is. I really do. But there is this desire from this person. They want to be your friend. They still want to be your friend. They still want to be in your life somehow, even if you've pulled right back. I feel like it's difficult for them to not be in your life if they're not currently, or if you've frozen them out or blocked them. I think that's really hard for them, or it would be if you were to do that. Okay, let's get some of these. See what else is going on here. Separation, yeah, so you could be separated from this person, but they're missing you. Look, sadness, bitterness, missing you, thinking about you, uncertain future. Addiction, codependent, obsession and restraint, possession and control, emotional block. Clock, well, that's actually an hourglass, but okay. Needing time, cycles and takes time. Time to heal and progressing. Camera, interesting, we had the camera, didn't we? Let's put the camera on the camera card, because I like to do things like that. Reminiscing, making memories learned from the past and perception. Partying, time with friends, having fun, happily single, living in the moment. So, yeah, if you're away from each other, they're really missing you. Yeah, and they could be struggling emotionally, or that could be you that's struggling without them. I think you're both struggling if you're not together. Or, and it will take time to fix this, because it is necessary for both of you, I would say, to go through something of a healing period, whatever the healing is that needs to be done. And it's not necessarily healing from each other. You know, they could be healing from a mother wound, or trying to separate from a spouse or a partner who's hurt them terribly, or an ex who's hurt them. I do think they're spying on you, though. With the partying card as well, I feel like I want to pull another card to go with it. Period of frustration, lessons to be learned with the funnel. Yeah. I feel like they're trying to act like everything's okay. Like, yeah, everything's great. World's a party. I'm a good laugh. Look at me, how great I am, how funny I am, or whatever. They're not happy. They are keeping up appearances. Your person is not okay. They're not happy. They're keeping up appearances. Even if, you know, if you're not together and maybe they're having liaisons with other people, maybe they're dating other people, playing the field. Maybe you are, but they're not okay with it. It feels like they're putting on a brave face, but maybe trying to distract themselves from this whole saga, I want to say, because it feels like a saga. It feels like something that happened over a period of time, over a longer period of time. But in a way, it feels like their emotions have been put through a meat grinder. Wow, there's an image. Okay, let's pop the camera back over here. For a second, while I get some messages out from your person. Let's get some messages, what they would say, what they might say to you, you know, what their higher self would like to tell you, what they'd like you to know that they would say to you if perhaps they could, or if they were brave enough. And some have just shot out onto the floor, and I'm dropping everything today. Oh my goodness. Pile 2, everything's going on the floor for you. Didn't happen for pile 1, different energy. I can't stop thinking about you. Well, that figures. People don't believe in me. Yeah, big lack of self-worth there. What is the truth? Yeah, I feel like they don't know where they stand with you. And this could be because you've blocked them. This could be because you've stepped away. This love is crazy. Yeah. I don't think this person can get over you. I'm not sure if they ever will. And that's not to say that you have to be together. Okay? I don't know where to start. Yeah, there's a lot of confusion that comes through from this person's energy. It feels like they're a bit all over the place, which is a real shame. And that could be why they messed you around, if they did, or why they delayed. You might feel led on. They led you on and then dropped you from a great height, you know. Okay, let's get some more messages from your person with some other cards. I want to be alone with you. Yeah, and that could be to have a conversation. And I mean, it could be that they want to have some, you know, bedroom time. But I feel like they want to be alone so that they can speak to you alone. I want you so badly. Yeah, very physically passionate about you, part 2. You fascinate me. Yeah, you're so different to everyone else. You really are the unicorn that they met. I need space. Yeah, it's like, we need to be apart right now, and I understand that and I know that, but I don't like this because you're so special, so magical, so different to everyone else. There's a real need here from this person. I want to kiss you. Yeah. And I fantasize about you, Calciprese. Yeah, you really fascinate them. You're like a muse. They might have even said that. If they're an artist, you might have inspired them. They think about you a lot. You know, even if they're with someone else right now, it doesn't mean they don't think about you. They do. And if they have pictures of you, they definitely look at them. And yeah, that card speaks for itself. We're not going to expand on that because we're grown-ups. We know what that means. Yeah. This person's so conflicted. So conflicted. They really need to get their act together, which is quite annoying. That's an annoying energy to be dealing with at the moment, waiting for someone to get their act together. But the best advice I can give for you is to carry on with your shadow healing, your soul healing, your emotional healing, whatever it is that you're drawn to do, your shadow work right now. Do your work, because energetically you are so very strongly intertwined. that any work that you do on yourself is going to help them and potentially help any future possibility for relationship between the two of you, or rekindling of relationship. Even if it just becomes a friendship in the future, which it could do, it has that potential to kind of calm down and become a friendship. But stay in black cat energy. Don't make yourself too available to them. You know, I think that's absolutely fine. If you've blocked them, keep them blocked. That's fine. They will find a way to contact you as and when they're ready. Because I feel they will do that at some point. I don't think they'll be able to stay away. Yeah, interesting one, this one, pile 2. Not easy. Not an easy situation at all. So, with these little cards here that are handwritten by me, you can actually order a little 6-card reading from me using these cards, which is available at my website, angelwingsholistics.com, which is in the description below. That's a nice little quickie reading that you can get by email if you want some messages from your person and you want it to be personalised. So let's pop all of these away. And then what we're going to do is get some zodiac signs. We're going to get some letter tiles as well to get a little bit more confirmation for you guys. Ooh, difficult energy, this one, seriously. Yeah. I mean, the sadness at the beginning was really quite tough, actually. I was sat here going, am I even going to be able to continue with this reading? Because it's like, this is too much. It was a lot. Okay, I can pop that one over here. But the potential's there, and I think on a psychic level, you probably still know that. You still know you have a connection, you're still aware of them, you're still aware of their thoughts. They're probably showing up in your dreams or popping into your head when you perhaps least want them to. It could be awkward. Because the psychic connection is still quite strong. So, you know, obviously if you don't want that, you can take steps to get rid of it. But if you do, then hang on in there, because this is a tough one. Woo! Okay. We have Sagittarius, we have Pisces, Gemini, and Aquarius again. We had Aquarius already here. So strong Aquarius vibes coming out. So they could be an Aquarius sun sign, moon sign, or ascendant, or you could. Maybe you've got double Aquarius in your chart. Maybe you're both Aquarians. It's certainly a high vibrational energy. The connection between you is high vibrational, so I feel like you're probably both old souls who are very spiritually advanced, whether that shows up, you know, noticeably in this lifetime or not, because it doesn't always. Sometimes that someone's soul can be quite spiritually advanced, but they show up as someone who is not seemingly spiritually advanced or interested in that kind of thing. So we shouldn't judge, because we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes with people, because we're here to have different experiences in each lifetime. Okay, letter tiles. What have we got here? So these could be letters from their name. They could spell their name, their initials, family members, people who connect you, places that connect you. Initials. DDT. That's a chemical, isn't it? That doesn't sound very friendly. Maybe you work in pharmaceuticals or in chemicals. D. That's a lot of Ds. I. Yes, this could be somebody who was a hookup, or with all the D there. God, sorry. I have to say what I get, and yeah. OF. I. Maybe you're an OnlyFans model, maybe they are. R. I mean, for some people, this could be something that started as casual, and then, you know, you started to catch feelings, and maybe they did as well, and they backed off because it was just too much. Lots of eyes. Maybe there were literally lots of eyes on you, and they didn't think it was something that they could do because there were too many people watching, and they didn't want other people interfering in their private business or gossiping about you. B. E. T. We've got 4 eyes, so they might literally wear glasses. Or you might. C. T. Iced tea, ice cube. Maybe you like they like rap, or you do. R&B. Oops. H, W. I'm going to get a few more. Okay, V, P. Maybe you are VP or Vice President of your company. E, J, maybe they are. And Y. Okay, I will just say aloud the words, initials and place names that I see. Some of these could resonate for you. What you can do as well is just take a quick screenshot of the screen with the letters on and have a good look at it for yourself later. Names: Drew, Theo. I get the word true coming through as well. What's true? I mean, that could be a name, or it could be the word true. We have fibre. Maybe one of you works in fibre optics. Fur. Hubert. Hang on. I'm getting a connection. Is it Furb? No. What is the name? I'm getting a connection. You know the Dilbert comics. Dilbert Work is Hell by Scott Adams. Really funny stuff. I'm getting a connection to that. So maybe that's something you like. Maybe one of you is an illustrator or a cartoonist or something. Or you like Scott Adams. Okay. Deirdre. Robert. Get the name White as well, or it could be a company name. Reg. Getting Pedge as well. Pedge is not a common diminutive. It is a diminutive, and it always reminds me of the TV show Peep Show. I don't know if you've ever seen that. That's pretty funny. Rupert. Some quite kind of old-fashioned names coming through here as well. VJ. I have the word time coming through here, something about time. And we had the clock card earlier, although interesting, it doesn't have a clock on it, it has an hourglass. There's something about time or timing. So this could be a matter of divine timing for you and this person. Jerry. A beret, like the hat, a beret. Maybe a raspberry beret. Maybe you both like Prince. Future. Yeah, there is a future here. There is a potential future here if you want it. And you don't have to. You absolutely don't have to. Red. I have the word witty. Witty. Somebody's very funny, very witty. Okay. Let's get a couple of mermaid cards just to finish off for you guys. I will have to draw them off camera because not all of them are YouTube friendly and we don't want to get in trouble. We might need sensor shells. So, memories, that came up in pile 1 as well. And I have shuffled these. And move forwards. Wow, got Poseidon coming through here as well. Yeah. It may be difficult to move on with your life right now because it feels like there's this very wistful, difficult energy, but the message comes through quite strongly. Keep moving on with your life because waiting isn't going to make it better. Waiting isn't going to help. Don't wait for this person. If they're meant to show up back in your life, they will. Okay? If you still want them to and you still intend for that to happen, that can still happen, but don't hold yourself back on their account. That's very important. But yeah, I do feel like they may be spying on you. Not necessarily in a stalker way. I mean, maybe in a stalker way, in which case, you know, that's not positive. It's not good. But keep striding forwards, because I think energetically they want you to do well. They want you to be happy. I think they know they really messed up. Really, really messed up. Yeah. Get yourself into a better energy, into a better place. And I think that's energetically what will help you to move on and find either a better relationship, or for this connection to have a better chance of success. It will be because you moved forwards and worked on yourself and worked on getting what you want out of life. It's important. Don't allow yourself to be stuck in the past because of this person's energy, which could be very difficult right now. If their energy is haunting you, that could be very hard. Okay, but don't stop moving forwards. Don't stop striding forwards. Yeah. So very tough messages here, pile 2. I'm really sorry. That's quite a difficult reading. And that took a bit of a toll on me as well, doing that one. So I hope that was helpful to some of you guys out there. Please remember to like this video, leave me a comment to let me know what resonated for you. Let me know if you see any words or letters here for you as well. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss any more videos. And you can also hype this video if you enjoyed it and you would like other people to see it. You can only do that on mobile devices at the moment, but if you hype the video for me, it means I go onto a leaderboard and more people are likely to see me, so that would be very helpful. Thank you so much, because we are a teeny tiny channel here and that would really help. Okay. Whew, part 2, this was tough. Okay. All right. So all of my resources are in the description below. If you want to book a reading with me, angelwingsholistics.com, the link is below. I do hope to see you again on this channel. There are lots of other readings, lots of other pick a card readings that you can choose from. Right now as well, I'm also doing season 2 of, of the Christmas Advent calendar, and you can find those readings on the channel. The next one will be coming out in a couple of hours' time. So take very good care of yourselves, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. You chose the gorgeous little, very dark black gilt-edged bone china trinket box with pansies on top, and your tarot deck is the Lightseer's Tarot. So it feels very much like we're in the dark here, maybe looking for some illumination. So we're going to have a look at what's in your trinket box to start with. Okay. What have we got here? We have some turquoise crystal. So turquoise, obviously from the Americas, could be connections to Native American tribes for you, whether in this lifetime or previously, whether that's something that you have sensed or feel. It also connects very strongly with the throat chakra, so this could be about communication. Maybe you are struggling to communicate with your person, maybe they're struggling to communicate with you, maybe you're not being heard, maybe you're not feeling heard. So certainly that one's coming out, suggesting there could be a blockage for you on the throat chakra. So we also have, now this is an interesting one, this is a very old penny from 1894. I don't know why you could see that. This is real. It's got a Britannia on it. This is an English penny from the Victorian era. It actually looks very, very worn because this was recovered from the sea from a shipwreck in Cornwall. So interesting. So there could be a connection to money, could be a connection to the actual Victorian era, to shipwrecks, to diving, to the sea, to Cornwall. It's interesting as well. Maybe you're a historian, maybe you're an archaeologist, maybe they are. It's an interesting one, that one. I was wondering when the penny was going to show up. Okay, maybe that's a name. That's a connection for you. We've got a lot of letters in this one as well. We've got N, we've got S, we've got Q, M and Z. We will actually be doing letter tiles at the end as well. So that's a lot of letters to come out of my charm bag. Okay. All right, so they could be initials, they could be your initials, their initials, could relate to somewhere you work or somewhere you both go. We have a little pumpkin, so connection possibly to Halloween or to pumpkin spice lattes or to the autumn. We have this very gorgeous looking butterfly, the symbol of transformation and change. Then we have a little bicycle. So one of you might be a cyclist. Maybe that's how you know each other. We have this very sweet little shoe, which I always think of as a dancing shoe. This kind of peep toe, high-heeled shoe. Looks like a dancer's shoe to me, but take it as it resonates. Then we have a bat. So yes, we are trying to see in the dark. That just confirms that for me there. There's an element of trying to see in the dark, trying to work out what this person's thoughts and intentions are. So maybe you're really in the dark with this person. And an apple. Oh, are you going to take a bite of the apple? That's interesting, because the apple is very much a symbol of love. Very much connected to Aphrodite as well. So very, very interesting. Yeah, and the apple also makes me think of Paris and Helen of Troy and that love story there. So maybe it's a bit of a difficult love story. Maybe it's a difficult situation that isn't straightforward, and maybe you haven't been able to get together, or there are obstacles in the way, or a lot of opposition to your connection. That's possible as well here. So we're going to start out by getting a lover's oracle to get a bit more of a vibe for the theme for this reading. Bit more confirmation if this is your reading. I'm shuffling them off camera because some of the pictures are not YouTube friendly, so there we go. This one. Wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Ah, okay. So you could be being made to wait. Maybe you're feeling that this person's keeping you waiting. That can be quite frustrating. You don't necessarily have to take this message literally, remember. But there is certainly something here to do with having to wait, being delayed, perhaps. Maybe you're waiting for this person to make a decision. Maybe they're going to be getting a divorce and they just haven't decided yet. You know, there's certainly a sense of suspense here in this group. So that's very interesting. So let's take a look at some tarot cards. Let's get some more messages for you, my pile three. As I say that, a bunch of cards throw themselves on my lap. Oh, and that one wants to come out as well. They're very chatty today, guys. They are literally throwing themselves out of the back as I'm shuffling them. Okay, that doesn't normally happen to me because I shuffle quite carefully, so I don't get an awful lot of jumpers, but when I do, I pay attention to it. So, okay. We have the Empress who needs a sensor shell. Trying to find on the right side. There we go. Sensor shell because she has boobs and YouTube doesn't like boobs apparently. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Four of Swords. And we have the Devil. And I don't think I have to hide his man boobs. Right. Interesting. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, for some of you, you may already be married to this person with the Empress and the Ten of Pentacles, or you may be married to somebody else. One of you could definitely be in a committed relationship already. Perhaps thinking about the other person, because when we have the Four of Swords and the Devil down here, maybe you're actually with somebody else thinking about this person, or maybe you were together and you're separated now and you can't stop thinking about this person. Of course, we're going to be pulling on lots of different threads of energy here, so it's going to be a little bit different for everybody else. So take it as it applies to you. You know, not every exact message will apply to every single person, of course, because this is a group reading on YouTube. So, wow. There's certainly a lot of temptation here with the Devil. There is a temptation maybe to fall back into old habits, to do the wrong thing. And we got to remember with Paris and Helen of Troy. Helen of Troy was married. She was married to somebody else, and Paris took her away, and it caused a lot of controversy. So that could be similar to your situation. You know, it could be that someone's with someone else and it's going to be causing controversy. Which again might be why you're having to wait, why you've been kept waiting, if that's the case for you already. There is this sense of, with the Four of Swords, that is always about waiting. That is always about kind of a rest period as well. So the reminder there is very often when you are made to wait, it's the universe giving you a rest. Much as it may feel frustrating and you want to get moving with things, sometimes the universe is saying, no, you actually need to rest. You need to take a break. You need to catch up with your sleep, you know, with your self-care. So if you are being made to wait by somebody at the moment, then those are the things to do, to be looking after you, to be prioritizing yourself and your life while you wait for them to get their act together. Very interesting. And there is, of course, a temptation to do the wrong thing. So maybe this started out as an affair. Maybe it will be an affair. And, you know, I'm not judging anyone. You do what's right for you. But there is certainly a lot of temptation to do things that may be less socially acceptable, shall we say. Yeah. And that always comes in with a warning of, you know, that you reap what you sow. So do always bear that in mind. Do try to do things the correct way. Or it could be that this person's cheated on you, you know, or has another person on the go, or you weren't exclusive and you're waiting for them to choose. You know, it's frustrating because the Empress, certainly with the Ten of Pentacles, that can be such a happy situation. And with the Empress in particular, pregnancy, children, maybe you have a child with this person. Maybe you want to have a child with this person. You know, maybe they have children with someone else and that's why they can't leave, why they can't come to you. So certainly those themes coming up very, very strongly for this group. So it's not the easiest of situations. It's asking you to be patient, asking you to wait, and asking you not to make any rash decisions at the moment. So let's see, get a few more cards out here. Oops. Four of Wands. See, again, that's a marriage. That's the home. Queen of Swords. She can often be a divorcee. And Page of Swords. One more, don't we? And Queen of Cups. Yeah. Yeah. It does feel very much like a situation where someone has to leave someone else. Maybe there's a divorce. Maybe there's children involved. Maybe it's messy. Maybe it's someone that you were already previously married to and you've separated and want to get back together again. But regardless, there is this sense of separation from a family. Separation from someone, to be with somebody else or to come back to someone. There's so many threads of energy here, it's actually quite difficult to discern them all. With the Four of Wands in particular, I mean, that can be a very stable card. It's a card of great stability. It's a card of the happy home, but it can also get stale. 4 can get very difficult as an energy. Number 4 can be very frustrating, very heavy. This could be somebody who wants to get away from their marital situation because it just isn't working. It's dragging them down. We've got 2 4s on the table here today as well. So I would say that your person's thinking about you quite heavily. If you're not together at the moment, or if you can't be together physically right now, they are thinking about you all the time, even if they're still technically with somebody else. And they would like to move forwards. They would like that to change. They would like to be more in touch with their emotions, because right now they're having to be incredibly practical. They are having to do what they need to do just to get by. Yeah. It may be that they actually have to learn a new way of being, learn a new way of doing things, or learn about divorces, or learn to co-parent with this person. Page of Swords is the student. It is very much a place where we learn something new, where we learn skills. But the Page of Swords is also very astute. And we have the Queen and the Page of Swords here. So I feel like this person's very much up in their head. Very much thinking about how to do this, planning to come towards you if they haven't already. Making those big plans so that they can have the emotionally fulfilling relationship that they want here with the Queen of Cups. Okay, because I feel like it's possible the Empress in their life, shall we say, their spouse or current partner, especially if it's a baby mama or something, it's not a happy situation, much as these cards would suggest that it is. Okay, unless that's actually your situation and it is happy, in which case, you know, that's unique to you. So of course, interpret the cards as, you know, as you see fit for you and your situation. But what I'm picking up on here for the majority of my people in pile 3 here, it's a tricky situation where a home and a house and children and cars and pets all need to be left behind, and that's very difficult. And I think this person's trying to work out how to do it. And you might even be thinking, maybe they're never going to do it, you know, maybe I'm just going to be left waiting here. It feels frustrating. Feels like a difficult energy to be in. And it's interesting because all of the readings in, you know, all of my piles today have been really, really difficult. I say today, I actually recorded 1 and 2 yesterday and I had to stop. But they've all been difficult messages. There are no easy messages in any of the readings today. It's all tricky. It's all difficult. It's all having to wait for people and things and feeling frustrated. So there's definitely a theme running through this whole reading today. All right, let's see what else we have for you here, because we want to know about this person's thoughts, feelings and intentions. So certainly I would say they intend to come to you, but they might be They might be trying to have their cake and eat it at the moment with the devil. They might be having an affair. You know, you might be the affair partner and you might not be aware of that as well. So make sure you're asking the right questions. You know, we've all heard the line, oh, it's just my ex, we just live together, but we're not together. Yeah, right. I've heard that one before. That's never true. Okay. So, ascending, learning and expansion. That's interesting because it is this learning card of the Page of Swords is here. So, transcending, preparing for union, new phase. Yes, this person really wants a new start. Interested in you. They want a new start with you. Blooming romance, flirting, wanting to date. It's possible they can't do that at the moment if they're technically still attached, or if they're, even if they're separated and the other person's just causing a lot of problems and taking up a lot of their time, energy and efforts and money maybe. Love call, expressing love, messages of love, thinking of you, informing you. That's lovely. I think you're going to hear from this person soon with love messages if you're not already in contact. Poker face, taking a chance, risks and options, not showing hand. Yeah, gambling. They're not telling you everything. I feel like they're keeping some things to themselves, which is kind of fair. You know, you don't expect someone to tell you absolutely everything about their life, and we do keep certain things to ourselves, don't we? So I don't want to judge this person for that, but I want to say be aware that you don't know everything in this situation. You don't know everything in this situation. Yeah. I feel like they want to do the right thing. They want to go in the right direction, and there is this lovely potential here with the Queen of Cups. But it's going to take the time that it takes. I don't think this situation can be rushed. Healthy choices, self-love and self-care, being happier, love and life. So I want to say this person wants a change. They want to be happy and they would like that to be with you. Death, yes, the relationship is over, no second chances. Yeah, what's dead is dead. What's done is done. What's gone is gone. They're just trying to get themselves out of it, basically, at the moment so that they can move forward. So there is a situation here from the past that is over and they would like to move on to something more positive, and I feel that's with you. So take that if that card resonates for you. Picture, looking at pictures, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. Yeah, and Sword and Rose. Gosh, we had that one earlier. I think we've had Ascending and Sword and Rose in all three readings. So clarity and truth, revelations, honour and protection, determination. So yes, if you're apart, which I feel like you may well be physically apart at the moment, even if you are technically an item, this person's really missing you. What I was saying about you not having all the information, I have this nagging message at the back of my mind, which I'm going to have to say. It's not going to apply to everyone. It's just going to be for a very small portion of the group here, which is this could be a man with a double life that we're looking at here. This could be one of those men who has like a family in one city and another family in another city halfway across the country, and neither of them know each other, and never the twain shall meet, you know. That could be a situation here, that this could be somebody with two families, and that feels really weird. And it could be that they're being deceptive about it, or it could just be that they're going back and forth between a new family and, you know, a previous relationship and family. So that there is that message for somebody, but that's very, very, very specific, and that's definitely not going to be for everyone here. So picture, yeah, missing you. They do miss you. They want to make new memories. They want this new healthier, emotionally healthier connection. They want to be in contact with you. They want something new. Yeah, but I think they're trying to protect you from something as well. It could be that their ex is a bit of a nightmare, or their soon-to-be ex just isn't a very nice or reasonable person, which is the reason they're having to do everything very, very carefully. It's kind of like slowly catch your monkey at the moment. You know, they can't just put their cards on the table with their current partner or their ex, because it would explode in their face, and I think that would be a very dangerous thing to do, which is why there may be this temptation to be a bit underhanded, you know, to start something with you if they haven't already, and to do it, you know, kind of like as an affair or something a bit quiet, just because it's easier and they want a quiet life. But their intention is actually to do the right thing and to tell you everything that you need to know. Yeah, but I want to say, don't expect this to move too fast with the Weight card. Let nature take its course, let everything unfold as it should do, and then you can make an informed decision whether you want to be a part of this whole mess or not. Because it might be a mess for some of you. Yeah, so don't rush in. I want to say fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Don't rush in. This is not a situation to be rushed. This is one to be taken very carefully. And if you're happy and willing to wait for this person, that will give you a better opportunity to actually get out of this situation what you want, rather than finding yourself, you know, maybe with a child and with someone who won't commit to you, and you just don't need all that mess. Okay. Yeah, if this is rushed, it would be messy. Okay. So bit of sedate energy coming in here. Let's keep it calm. Let's not try and go too fast. Okay, so let's get some messages from your person here. Let's see what they would say to you if they were able to, if they were brave enough, what their higher self would like to say to you. Okay. I feel lonely. Yes, they genuinely do. Even if they're with someone, they're lonely. They're not okay with it. I need to figure myself out. Boy, do they. Yeah, when someone gets a divorce, particularly if a man gets a divorce, very often they need to sort their shit out before they should be with anyone else. So give them the time and space to do that. Like I said, with the Four of Swords, that is a card of waiting, of resting, of healing, of taking time to figure yourself out, basically. Maybe that's what they need to do right now. Maybe it's what you need to do. It's dark without you. Yeah. Yeah, I think you definitely light up their life. You're definitely a positive influence on them. But that's no need for them to cling to you and kind of use your emotional labour. There's no excuse for that. So hold your boundaries. Emotions overwhelm me. Yeah, there's a lot of emotion. They feel a lot for you and they might not fully understand why. But I think it's because you do have this strong soul connection. And we had the Queen of Swords down here. Queen of Swords. Queen of Cups. You can't see her because she's under there. But the Queen of Cups is all about emotions. And I think this person has a lot of emotion for you. They feel an awful lot towards you. So it could be a little bit more than they're used to. You might be the first person they've ever actually fallen in love with. You know, they may have married or been together with their previous partner because it was the right thing to do, or, you know, maybe they thought they were doing the right thing. Maybe they were religious. Maybe it was a culture they came from that you had to get married, and that was that. Could have been an arranged marriage, for example. But for you, it's different. For you, they have all of these emotions and they're not quite sure what to do with them, but they know they want to do something. Yeah, definitely a difficult connection, this one. Okay, let's see. Oh, get some more messages. I can't express myself. Well, that explains why we have the turquoise here, the turquoise crystal. They can't express themselves. So if they haven't told you what's going on, I think it's because they're struggling to do that. They can't find the words to do that. Or maybe there's a reason they really can't tell you at the moment. I cry at night. That's quite sad. And I can't promise you anything. Yeah, like I said, take this one day at a time, and then you can decide in due course whether it's a situation that you want to commit your time and energy to. And this last card, I wish to be like you. Yeah, they really look up to you. They look up to your ability to be in touch with your emotions, to know what it is that you want in life. And I think they respect that, because I want to say that they've been led their whole life. They've been told what to do. Whether it's their mother, their parents, their church, you know, their religion, their culture, feel like they've been told what to do an awful lot. And as a result, they don't really know themselves. So with this message, I need to figure myself out. They really do. They don't know who they are. They are just the dutiful son or daughter who does as they're told all the time and doesn't really know why they're doing things, but they're doing it because they think it's the right thing to do. And the emotion must be quite overwhelming for them, because we have, you know, I cry at night. It's a lot. It's a lot for them to deal with. So I don't feel like they're dragging their feet on purpose necessarily. I think they just have too much to deal with, too much to try and sort out. And of course, if you're not prepared to wait for that, there is no reason that you should have to do so. You know, I would never say to someone, oh no, you should definitely wait for them. No, there are plenty of other soulmates in the sea. You do not have to wait for them if you don't wish to. But certainly they would like to do the right thing. They're just trying to manage your expectations here by saying, I can't promise you anything right now. Okay, I want to. I'm just not sure how to handle this. It's all a little bit too much for them. So let's get some more thoughts and feelings from my little white deck here. And this is a deck that I actually created, that I wrote, and something that you can do if you like. You can go to my website, enjoyingsolistics.com, and you can actually order a little 6-card reading from me, which I'll be using these cards for. And I will just pull 6 messages from your person and send it over to you on email. That's a nice little quickie that you can get. So, you are what I've been looking for. Yes. I want to get physical, no doubt. My heart can't take this. Yeah, it's overwhelming. They are overwhelmed. I keep saying that word, but they really genuinely are. They're not used to this level of emotion. They're not used to this level of connection. Even if you don't know each other that well, you know, these feelings are a bit much for them. They're not used to it. Even if to you it would be normal. You are what I've been looking for. I want to get physical. My heart can't take this. I want to be your man/woman. I want you, but fill in the blank. Yes. Obstacles. There are things in the way here. And why did we break up? So this one's only going to be relevant to people who have been with this person before, who want to get back together with somebody from your past. And on the bottom we have, I want you. Yes. So undoubtedly this person's interested. The person wants you. They're just not quite sure how to go about it at the moment. The timing is not quite right just yet, which is very frustrating. And I'm sorry, pile 3. I don't like being told that message. And I've heard that so many times in readings that I've had over the years. Oh yeah, divine timing. It's not quite the right moment. And I'm like, God damn it. When will it be? Get your act together. Yeah. Frustrating, annoying. Feels like you're being kept in the dark with the bat over here. Yeah. But we may see some resolution in the autumn for this one. Depending on when you're watching this with the little pumpkin there, I feel like you may get some resolution then. But as I'm filming that, the next autumn is going to be about, 7-8 months away? So you could be in for a wait of like 7 or 8 months. That's the timing that I want to give you. So it's not quick. It's not as quick as we would wish it to be. I'm just rejecting a call there on my phone, so okay. Someone trying to ring me. It sounds like they may be trying to contact you. It could be that they're contacting you, or maybe you've been contacting them. Maybe you've been ringing them and they've been rejecting your calls, because I just had to reject a call. It was an estate agent. It's fine. They can wait. They'll live. It was nothing important. It wasn't Mr. Moderator. He's downstairs, as is the cat. The cat has now retreated to his bed, and the two of them are in the kitchen. So, okay, so we're going to pop these away, and then we're going to get out. What should we do next? Let's get our mermaids out next. Let's get some mermaid messages, some advice for you from the mermaids. Okay, again, I'm going to be taking these very carefully off camera in case there's anything I need to cover up with my sensor shells. Support. Oh, that's lovely. Look at these amazing women. Oh, 2 wanted to come out. Oh, let me just... No, we're good. They already have shell bras on of their own. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Go with the flow and miracles. Okay, so yeah, go with the flow kind of ties in very much with the wait card. It is about having to wait, go with the flow and see which way the current is going so that you can make your decision as to whether that's where you set sail. But support. So certainly for some of you, there's going to be a lot of love and support around you at the moment with some wonderful people, possibly some wonderful women in your community, in your family. And listen to them, because I think they really want to help you. These could be women of colour, because that's how they're showing up. These are mermaids of colour, of course. Mermaids come in all shapes and sizes and colours, just like everyone else. And yeah, they know what's what, and look, they're looking in kind of all different directions, and they're facing in all different directions. So I feel like these women, these people in your community, really have your back. They are supportive. So if you have friends or people from your community, your church, your spiritual group, whatever, I feel a lot of people want to support you in this. They want to help you through this difficult time because they recognise how tricky it is. So whether they're aware of your situation or not, they want to offer you support and advice. I get the word advice comes through quite strongly with these ladies or these people as well. They don't have to be ladies. It's just, yeah, commitment, faith. Yeah, so it could be connected to a church or a spiritual organisation that you're a part of. These people are really committed to you. They really want to help you. They really want to support you. So go with the flow. Yes, go with the flow on this one. Don't try and force anything to happen. It will happen in its own time. Unfortunately, that is really annoying. I know, but it has to. It absolutely has to. But also expect miracles. Expect good things to happen. That doesn't necessarily mean you'll get the outcome that you want today or the outcome you're expecting. It could be actually a better outcome that shows up for you. Okay, so stay open to what the universe is bringing you, and stay clear in your own commitment to yourself and your commitment to your ideals and to your values and to the things that you actually want. So carry on manifesting the future that you want, and remember that we get to choose the what and not the how. Okay, so when we're doing our manifesting work, when we're asking the universe to bring us something, we do not have the right to manipulate other people. Okay, we can ask for a soulmate relationship and we can say, I'd really like it to be with this person, but we can't insist that it has to be, because we don't have that control. All right. The only way we would have that control would be through spell work, and that's forbidden. You are not allowed to subvert someone else's free will. We don't do that. All right. It always goes wrong. It always goes badly wrong if we try and do that. It's best not to. So if you need any help with your manifesting in this situation, of course, you guys know you can read my book, Dream Bigger, How the Law of Attraction Really Works, which is available on Amazon. You can get that as a paperback on Kindle. Or if you don't use Amazon, you can go to my website, angelwingsholistics.com, and you can download a PDF version. Okay, so where are we going next? We're going to do some zodiac signs, get a bit more confirmation for you. So these signs could be in your big three, their big three. So the big three are your sun sign, your moon sign, and your ascendant, which is also called your rising sign. So let's take a look. Or it could just be a sign that's very influential in your chart, in your birth chart. What do we have? We have Libra. We have Taurus, so lots of Venusian energy here. We have Gemini, and we have Scorpio. Okay, let's pop these over here. I'm going to put our mermaids away, and we are going to get our letter tiles out to see what we can see there. So with the letter tiles, we are looking for initials, for words, for names that connect the two of you. Maybe your name, their name, place of work, a friend of yours, something that connects the two of you. Oh, that feels like a lot of letters today. I don't know if it is or not. We'll count them. I normally try and get 25 out, but we'll see. We have X. Okay, X-Men. N. Xerox, Xavier. Q. All the weird letters coming out. Okay. U. G. L. Another G. A. F. D. Tidy those up. Oh, goodness. Making a mess. T. A. W. We are getting some very less used letters coming out. I. Maybe their name is a little bit unusual or a bit old-fashioned or, yeah, uncommon. C. U. A. O. Sorry, I had to sneeze on O. I had to pause the video then. S. I. I'm kind of getting like some Eastern European names in my head and Welsh names as well, which I don't know how to pronounce, but I'm just going to give you that link. R-I-C. Oh my goodness. Maybe people spell this person's name wrong all the time as well, because I keep bumping the letters and knocking them out of their little pattern here. Oh, Rico. And we're going to get one more. Cheers. Another O. Okay. Ooh. All right. Oh, Taiwan. Okay. So remember, we could get places, we could get names, we could get words, just items, initials. So let's take a look here. Guido. What's the Spanish word for a handsome man? Not El Guido. No. That's a person of interest in Portuguese. Sorry, I'm going in a very different direction. It's like I forget the exact word because I'm on camera, so my brain goes dead, obviously. But there's a word I learned in Spanish which indicates that there's a very handsome man, like a sort of a heartbreaker type man, because it's been used to describe my cat before on his channel. which he very much is. So maybe that's a connection. Yeah, Dafydd, so the Welsh version of David. Laos, the country. So yeah, we're kind of going to Southeast Asia. For some people here, there's definitely connections to that part of the world. Maybe that's where you are. Maybe that's where you're from. Corsica, French island. Not that I think they'd appreciate being called a French island. It's an island off the coast of Italy, which is technically comes under the French France, doesn't it? Wosick. I feel like that's a surname I've seen before. Interesting. Maybe they like Harry Potter, because I can see Quidditch jumping out at me. Remember, you can have like 1 or 2 letters missing from the word, but if you get kind of the general gist of it from the letters, then it's probably trying to tell you something. Okay, cow. Maybe they work in animal agriculture. Fiscal. Okay, maybe they work for the government or in finance. Okay, so not much else jumping out at me there. I'm going to leave that one for you to take a screenshot of and have a good look at later if you would like to do so. I would encourage you to do so if that's what you would like. Okay. I'm going to get a couple of tea leaves for you guys as well, because I feel drawn to do that for this group. Let's get our tea leaf cards. See what other messages or confirmation we have here for you. Okay. Oops. Here. Okay. Not weird at all. Good news. Okay, well, you may be hearing some good news. Maybe they're going to get over their throat chakra blockage and actually tell you some things. Broken ring. Parting of the ways in either romance or business. So yeah, it could be that you're going to hear that they're getting divorced. That could be great. Rainbow, the most difficult part of a situation is over. That's good to know. Horse, short journey. Yes, so there may be some travel involved here to actually see each other. Marriage. So it feels like a divorce and then a marriage. So this is what I was saying. I feel like they may need to leave someone else to be with you. Or maybe they divorced you in the past and they want to marry you again. That's also a possibility. And haystack. Well, I'm sure the horse will appreciate the haystack. Karma. You will reap what you have sown. Yes. There's that message again that I was saying to you with the devil card. You will reap what you sow in this situation. So be cautious, be careful. Take precautions and don't do anything that I wouldn't do. And by that I mean don't do anything that would hurt other people. So it may be a warning for some people not to get involved if it's going to be like an affair or something a little bit kind of underhanded or that. Be very careful of what you're putting out into the universe. Be very careful of the karma that you are creating for yourself, is what I want to say. Try to act from the utmost integrity in this situation, and that won't see you far wrong. But certainly this is good news. The most difficult part of the situation is over. That's good. So things are moving. They are moving in the right direction. Now your only job is to stay in your power, stay in your strength, stay in your integrity, and be patient. So my pile 3. That was very interesting. Okay, I hope that was helpful. I hope some of those messages resonated for you. Please do let me know in the comments which ones were for you, or if you saw. Remember, you can add these letters in as well with these ones. Wow. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. You can also hype this video if you're here early enough. That really helps me because it gets my videos up on a leaderboard and more people are likely to find it. This is still a very small channel and we are trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. Yeah, it's been lovely to read for you. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful energy with me. I want you to take very good care of yourselves. I want you to remember that, okay? That's particularly important for this group, okay? I always say at the end of all my readings, take good care of yourselves, but I really, really mean it strongly. For you guys, okay? I really want you to look after yourselves, all right? Because you matter. You matter more than you know. Even if you've never been told that before, you absolutely do matter because you exist, okay? You are important. And if no one's ever told you that before, I'm telling you that now, Okay, so I just want you to remember that. Do remember as well that you can book readings with me at angelwingsholistics.com. Link is in the description below. You can also find my beautiful Neal's Yard Consultant shop details down there as well, if you're interested in any of the gorgeous aromatherapy and all organic products as well from that range. So I will leave you with so much love, and I hope to see you on the channel again soon. Bye-bye.